Being trapped deep under the ocean's surface is something every military submariner must consider and prepare for.
For me, when I was captain, whilst it didn't dominate my day, I was always thinking, what if, and what are we going to do if? And all submariners have that mentality. All submarines carry what's called a Submarine Indicator Boy. And one of the initial things that the crew does is release that indicator buoy. That indicator buoy is tethered to the submarine. So the indicator buoy floats to the surface. A satellite signal is sent directly to emergency satellites. That's picked up by a headquarters, and instantly the headquarters will know that a submarine is in distress in an exact position. If they don't release the indicator buoy, then once again, you know where the submarine is operating because they have what's called water space management. You send out exactly where you're going to be operating. If a submarine gets in distress, no matter what its nation or nationality, all submarine forces respond in order to provide the rescue service that's required. Initially, they'll have a location of the submarine, so they'll know that it's in a particular position. And when it's in that position, what they'll do is send out rescue forces that consist of a submarine parachute action group that fly out, and then they drop into the water with boats to provide communications. Then ships will arrive, and then a ship carrying, in particular case for Nato, the NATO submarine rescue vehicle, they'll arrive, launch the submarine rescue vehicle down to the stricken submarine.
NATO has its own submarine rescue system, operated by Britain, France and Norway. A mini-submarine, known as an SRV, rescues trapped submariners from the ocean depths and once back to the support vessel, transfers them to a portable hyperbaric chamber to avoid decompression illness known as the bends.
The NATO submarine rescue system can go down to 600 metres. In essence, 600 metres is exceptionally deep, so most submarines don't operate at that depth at all, but they are designed to structurally to be able to survive that depth.
And this is it being tested in the cold waters around Norway. In this training scenario, it's a race against time to reach the stranded crew of a Norwegian submarine. Then it's found in the darkness, 127 metres down. The pilots of the rescue vehicle, known as Nemo, must now manoeuvre over the submarine.
Most submarines across the world have a standard escape hatch. So they standardise the escape hatches, particularly, even if it was a potentially enemy submarine, they standardise escape hatches so anybody could go and rescue. In essence, the submarine rescue vehicle attaches to the submarine a particular hatch, a rescue hatch. They create a seal between the two, and then they open the hatch and people transition from the submarine into the rescue vehicle and then back to the surface. Now, obviously, the rescue vehicle is significantly smaller than the submarine, so they have to do that on numerous occasions to transport an entire crew.
Up to 180 metres down, submariners can escape a stricken sub in special immersion suits, but any deeper and the chances of survival fall rapidly.
We used to do the Submarine Escape training tank, which allows you to do ascents from 30 metres in water. The training facilities that are up at the naval base in Lane are world class. Everybody who's a submariner gets trained when they initially join the submarine service, but then you do repeat training in those facilities every 2 to 3 years. And also the submarines themselves, they're never allowed to go off and do operations without having done a full training package. And I used to run the organisation as Commander Sea Training that provided those training packages, which consisted of lots and lots of safety training, so dealing with disasters effectively, as well as operations training as well.
NATO's submarine rescue system remains one of the best in the world, able to deploy anywhere in just 72 hours. Helen Casey, Forces News.